It's me, Elizabeth. Yeah, good to be here. It's just gone 2:15, and I am coming to sew another bag today. And I am going to be using the rest of this red velvet fabric that I used to make this lovely bag here. I think I shared this one with you guys. So I decided to use the rest now to make a bag, another bag, a little bit of a different shape, a bigger bag. So this one is going to be a big tote, and it's going to go in on the sides. And last week I was out in town and I went to do some little shopping, and I found this beautiful leather, and it's black, and it's kind of like woven, but it's not, it's just faux leather. And yeah, I really like it very much. I already made a bag out of that with some old leftover jeans. I kind of made a patchwork jeans bag. You can check that out on my Instagram, because I will talk about it there. But I thought I should use some of what is left to make this this bag. So I've already cut it, boxed it, and I've already ironed the decoville on it, and also on that one too. Like I said, I didn't have a pattern for this bag. I'm just going to sew it. It's going to be a big bag. I may measure it afterwards to tell you how big it is. Because I already made one with some old jeans, I know what it is that it should look like when it's finished. So that's just how I make all my bags. I just figure out what it is that I want to make and cut it. And so I will try not to talk too much on this video. I'm just going to start working. I have not quite decided on the lining yet. I found a piece of really nice fabric that I still had left over from something that I could use for the lining, or I will just use the same lining as I have in here, because I have quite actually a lot of this fabric, and I think it's really lovely too. You can listen to me natter along. Oh yeah, here is the fabric. This is the lovely fabric that I found. It will probably be just enough to line this bag and give me some pockets. I am thinking about putting a zip on this bag, outside zip on this bag. So yeah, I am just sewing along as I go. I really have no pattern, and I have an idea in my head what the bag should look like, and so yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm just going to maybe change my bobbin. I've got this blue thing on. Shouldn't really matter so much, but I kind of would like to have it match a little bit, so that I will just put in some red. Oof. That is it's very red, but why not? Could be quite nice. Red on black. Yeah, I think I'll go with this one here. I buy my thread really normally anywhere I find it, in fabric stores. There's a Banina store not too far away from where I live, and there's a little haberdashery store also in another town, but also not too far. And that one is about to close down, which is really sad, because that's where I get all my little leather pieces So yeah, I'll have to find another source for that. And otherwise I also buy thread online. There's an online shop called Butinet, which I get a few things from there, um, mostly bag making stuff. When I sew dresses, I want to go to the shop and touch my fabric, feel it, see what it looks like. But with bags, normally, you know, it's fabric that I rescue from somewhere, bits of fabric that's been given from somebody, by somebody, or yeah, sometimes I go and find something online that looks just nice and works quite well. All right, so let's work. I have to switch the machine on. So there we go. So I do not know when this video is going to upload. I am making this video on the back of one that I made yesterday, sewing a small makeup purse, because my husband does my editing for me. We do it when we have time, and so it will be uploaded sometime this week. Maybe I'll upload 2 at once, because I have made quite a couple of videos now, at least 3 videos now with different things. And yeah, so if you're watching and you are interested in what I make, you enjoy listening to me work and talk, yeah, I'll be really happy if you click a like for me, or if you want to subscribe to my new channel. Yeah, I appreciate that very much. If you want to comment, you are welcome to, but like I said at the very first video, yeah, if you want to comment, say something sensible, something that is worth saying, and be nice. It doesn't cost much to be nice. Oops, my camera is just tilting like crazy here and trying to fall. Yeah, anyway, I will put that on, and I'm going to use these clips here. I have my little bowl here with everything, clips, seam ripper and whatnot, and I'm going to use these little clips to clip my stuff as I sew, because I don't want to stick pins into it. I don't want to create ugly looking tiny holes on it. So let's see, these pins are actually quite useful. I've seen it used quite a lot on YouTube. I've had mine quite a long time, and I like them. They work very well. All right then, here we go. So that's one side done. I'll do the other side before I top stitch it, because then I'll have to change my foot to use one that works very well for sewing on leather. I'm just going to check on this. I have a little book here to tell you the name of this foot that I am going to put on for my leather sewing. It's really very good because what it does is that it helps that it really runs smoothly and not grip the leather as it is sewing. It's banana and it's number, I need to focus here. It's number 52, and it does have a specific name. I can't tell you right now. Anyway. Ooh, Buddha. Anyway, I'm going to change my foot now so that I can top stitch my bag. I am turning it so that the stitch will sit on the black leather, because I think that is just very nice. And I am using my longest stitch, which is 4. I think when you're I've got the thread stuck in there now. There we go. You know, that is sewing. All kinds of things happen. That's just the reality. Like I said, I am not a seamstress. I love sewing, and it would be nice to show you all the wonderful things when it's finished and eliminate all the mistakes and all the struggles of it. But my idea of working on this channel is just to say, you know, don't be scared when you make mistakes or the needle gets stuck and all whatnot. There's nobody out there who's sewing who tells you that everything always runs nice and smooth when they sit at the machine. No. What I'm doing when I go underneath here, it's to make sure that my seam is lying flat on the right side, because I think it gives a good looks nice. Aesthetics are very important when you sew bags and stuff, clothes and stuff, and yeah, I think it is a very easy, simple bag, but it's still important that it comes out looking nice. So that is the top stitching all nicely done. So I'll do the other side as well. I think it is going to be a really nice bag. So the denim one I made yesterday or 2 days ago, I have tested it out. Sometimes when I make a bag and I'm going to sell it, I kind of wear it for an outing or two just to see what it feels like. So I took my bag today to I have a group of ladies that I sew it. I took it to my group today, and one of the ladies goes, "Oh, that just looks like an Elizabeth bag. You should carry it, don't sell it." So I'm quite questioning myself now if I want to sell that particular bag. It looks so nice. Like I said, I will post it on my Instagram, so if anybody wants to see it, go and have a look. My Instagram is also Elispieces. So I have achieved it. Both sides are top stitched, and the top stitching looks really nice and tidy and straight, and the colors are working really good. I like this kind of woven leather. It's really cool. So now I have done that. I am going to go and get my lining, prepare my lining, cut it and everything. Decided to go with this one. I had just about enough for the lining, but I like pockets in my bags, so I had enough for the lining itself, and I didn't have enough for the pocket lining, so I'm going to put the black fabric on the back, and this is what will show. But I like to double my fabric when I make pockets in my bags. Not all the time, depending on what I am making, you know, what kind of fabric I am working with, but it gives a good stability, especially on this one that will be double pockets where you can just throw your keys or your phone and stuff. I also have a pocket for a zip pocket inside the bag. This one is a single fabric, but it's going to be a zip on the top, and yeah, so I have just about enough for that. So now I will get my pockets prepared, and then I will get my lining done. So let's see what kind of zip will fit. I have a lot of nice colorful zips, and I think it's just really cool sometimes to just put a whole different color of zip inside a bag. Just nice, something different. So I am going to probably use this pink one inside the bag. I think it will give the bag some kind of cool, funky feel. First I do the zip one, the big zipper pocket. I always make tabs for my zips. I don't really know why. It just looks tidy and better. There we go. Need to change my foot again. I need to move my machine. All right, so I'm going to do my tabs here. I'll pin this one down because it's the opening of the zip. I don't want it to be together. There, I have tapped my zip. Now I'm going to attach over this. This is going to be a really big bag, pocket, but yeah, I mean, it's a big bag and it's just nice to have space in your bag to put stuff in. If most people are like me and carry everything except the kitchen sink in their bags, then you appreciate a nice big pockets. So I'll change to my zipper foot here. Move my needle. Open the zip so that I don't have to sew around it, because that means then I sew crooked. There we go. Now I'm going to top stitch that. Top stitching just makes everything look good. Tidy. And who doesn't want tidy sewing, huh? right, now I am going to use this little black bit for the top of the bag zip. This is all going to be inside the bag. That's because I ran out of this wonderful fabric, and so I am going to just use that. I decided to go with black anyway because there is bits of black in here, and it's going to zip inside the bag, so I think it should be all right. I'm going to open the zip, lift up my foot. And then I'm going to top stitch that too. I lost my bobbin. Sounded funny. I thought something was a bit not sounding right. So yeah, the stitch is not even very nice here. I'm going to pull that out and start again. There we go. So that is that bit all nice and prepared. Now I just have to sew it onto the lining now, and I am going to get this one done. Turn it around. So I'm going to sew on all 4 sides, and I'll leave a little bit of an opening so that I can turn it back. I'm going to change my foot again here. That's a little bit. I need to center my needle because I was sewing. Sometimes I forget when I change my zip that I need to center my needle. Sorry, my hand was. going to cut my corners. My buckets moved. Things move around this sewing corner so much, I tell you. There we go. Cut the corners so that when I turn it, I'll have nice corners. It's actually quite important. Also good for when you're sewing, that you don't have bulks in the corners of your fabric. Makes it difficult for your needle to penetrate. Yeah, if you want to just take a needle, a pin, and pull this out. I have this thingy. It's kind of a champy thing. I don't know if it is, I don't even know where I got it from, but it's quite useful for helping to pull things out, and sometimes help to guide my sewing if I am doing something tricky that I need to be able to, guide the fabric a little bit. So that is, I am trying not to pull the fabric too much so that I don't tear anything, but I still want to have a nice perky corner. Good. So that is that. Now I am going to sew the top. I'm going to close this bit here, the opening that I had to turn. I'm just going to top stitch it. Sometimes the tongue does crazy things when you want to talk. I am going to do another line of sewing right about a centimeter too close to that, because this is the top of my pocket here and I want it to look like the top of the pocket. So there we go. I am doing this. I'm a little bit lazy to go run down the stairs again to iron this, but when you do that I do this with my nails. Sometimes I also do it on the edge of the table. It helps to smooth the thing out and you can sew very nicely. There we go. So that is my inside pocket. It's going to be sewn onto the lining, and then I'll sew a stitch down the middle, because this will give me now 2 pockets inside the bag. So now we're going to get our lining done. I did iron it to get the center, but I'm just going to give it a quick finger press here to get the good center so that I can center my pockets nicely. There we go. I'll do the double pocket first, and then I'll sew my label onto the other one before I stick it down. Need to move the machine so I can do some pinning here. So find the center. See, there. That is looking really good actually. I think I'm going to put zip also, or maybe not, because you know, the more accessories you put on the bag, sometimes you don't know how much to charge for it. It's very difficult, but yeah, but I like zips. It's nice to have a nice secure bag, but there is already a zip on this bag anyway, so I mean on the pocket, so I think I will not put a zip on the top. Okay, I'm just going to pin. If you don't see what I'm doing, I'm just pinning the pocket down so that I can sew it nicely. I like this fabric, it's really nice. I bought it a couple of years ago to use as a lining for a bucket hat, and I make those too and sell them. And I wear one, actually. I wear a bucket hat a lot in the summer. I'm not afraid of getting sunburn, but I think the older we get, it's nice to, very good to protect our skin. So I wear a hat in the summer just to keep my face out of the sun, because I am not one for putting too many other stuff on my face. I do not use a lot of creams and all kinds of whatever. Just it's not just what I do. I make my own cream using shea butter and coconut oil and different things, and I just smear that all over my body and my face and my hair, and it works very well for me. And so but then I wear a hat to protect my face from the sun, just in the summer. In the winter it's quite okay. So. I am not taking the pins out because I have pinned it far enough from the edge so that I'm not actually sewing over them. So okay. Now I will go and sew the center to give me two nice pockets there. I'll just have to fold it again to find the center. There we go. I'm sewing from the bottom to the top because the fabric sometimes moves, and if you sew from the top to the bottom, you might find that you get a little bit of a little notch here, the fabric coming together here. This way, whatever moves will just iron itself out when you come to the top. I did say this was not a teaching video. I'm not really teaching, I'm just sharing tips about, you know, what it is that happens when you sew. I'm going to go down the middle again because there we go. So see, side of my lining, and here is one pocket, quite deep, nice, and very sturdy also. So that's one side. So I'm going to do the other side now, and this is the zip one. Lay it down and find the center as well. I'll turn my machine off once I do that. There. That looks really cool, no? It's quite funky. I think so, at least. So I'm going to pin this one down as well. Then I will sew all around it to give me a nice zip pocket. Maybe bring it a little bit down. I already ironed most of the edges here to know where I'm pinning. The top bit that I sewed on with the zip, I am going to just finger iron it now. Cut my threads as I go. And I'm pinning it so that I can just sew all around it without having to worry about taking the pins out. That way I'm not sewing over any pins. I'm still not sure if I'm going to put a zip on the top of this one. Maybe I should. I do have some that I have a zip on it, and they are actually quite nice too. I'll just show you this one here. This is one that I made using fabric samples of leftovers fabric from a fabric store, and I have a zip on the top here like that. You know, it closes quite nice, and it also has a zip pocket on the inside and two pockets. But yeah, I don't know. This is also really a nice big bag, and I didn't really have a pattern for this one as well. I just knew what I wanted, and I went ahead and I put stuff together, and yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I have quite a few of these. I'm going to market this weekend on a Saturday in Affoltern. If you're watching this, you live in Switzerland, the market is in Hausen am Albis by the Wiesbrod Areal. And Wiesbrod itself is a really lovely shop. It's a haberdashery. They have lots of nice fabric, and they're laying out this upcycling market, and I'm going there for the first time. I have a lot of nice bags and hair accessories, scrunchies, and bow flowers for your hair, and so that's why I made these bags. And that's this bag that I'm working on now. It's also going to that market. Now that I've shown you that, I just want to quickly show you this one. This is kind of like a crazy patchwork one that I also made using leftover bits of fabric, and then I just added this beautiful leather that I had sitting around. So these are all going to my market, and this one also has a zip and a nice lining in the inside. They all have pockets, in 3 pockets inside, 2 open ones and 1 zipped one. So yeah, so this is me working for my market actually, and this bag that I'm working on now, it's also going to the market, but I think I will leave it open. And yeah, so now I'm just going to stitch all around to get my nice zip pocket down, and then it's ready to put handles, and I also haven't decided what kind of handles I want to use. I could use the same leather as I have on the bottom, or I could just use, yeah, we will see. I'm going to take the pins on the top, they can close. That's the pockets all done on the lining. Oh my goodness, I forgot to put my label down, so I have to do that now. I think I will use a purple one. Why not? Lucky for me, this pocket is so big, so I can actually just sew my label on the top of here. Now the reason why I always sew my label on the zip part of the pocket is that this is a continuous pocket. It's not cut in the middle. If I put it on this one, for example, I kind of feel like I have to put it on the side, and yeah, in my head it's a little bit crazy if it's not centered, so that's why I don't put it there. So I put it on this one and put it on the top in the middle. I could also sew it on the outside. I don't know why I don't. Yeah, but yeah. I'm just folding my label. I'm going to pin it down the top here. There. This is sometimes where this pocketing comes in handy, because it helps me to sew my label nicely without bits of it hanging out. Yeah. There we go. turned out nice and tidy. Sometimes I do it better than other times, but I'm happy today. So there, I've added my label on the top. Actually, being that the top of the pocket here is black, it kind of just sits nicely. It accentuates the label really nice. So that worked out well. So this is the pocket and the zipper pocket. I should actually take out all my pins first. Aye, aye, aye. It's quite deep, it's quite wide. There, you can put more than your purse in this pocket, I tell you. If you're like me, you know, you carry all tissues and all kinds of things. It's lots of space in this bag. There we go. So now I'll put this together. Whilst I am sewing this, I'll be thinking about the handle that I want to use. Seeing that this is actually the lining and it does carry the weight of the bag, I'm going to zigzag it all around as well as I sew it, because it helps to give a nice secure bag. I have an overlock here, a simple Singer overlock. I don't use it for when I'm making bags. I use my overlock really when I'm making clothes, because the overlock for me, it's really for giving my clothes nice finishes. The bags, I can zigzag a lot of what I am sewing and it just turns out nice as well. Because you don't see the inside of a bag anyway, and I am confident that I've done a good job with it. But a dress or a pair of trousers, you do see, you know, the seams, and I just think it's an overlock works really much better. I'm going to turn it around and zigzag the other way down. I'm going to do the bottom. I'm going to sew and then I'll leave about a hand span so that I can turn the bag round. because this is such a big bag. It's good if I leave enough space to be able to turn it around. I am going to zigzag that bit also. Good. Oh, the sun has just come out. It's beautiful. It is quite cold outside though. But yeah, the sun is shining now, so that's lovely. So now I'm going to box the lining. It's all already cut, so I'll just put it like that. Sew it down. I am going to zigzag that bit also. Trim any excess thread hanging around, because even if it's the inside of your bag, it's nice if it's tidy. That's just my sewing teacher from primary school still in my head. Mrs. Gomez made me tidy everything, cut thread so nicely and stitch. I am so thankful for that woman today, for teaching me all that stuff, and for all the people who taught me along the way. I am, you know, most of what I'm doing, sewing and stuff, I didn't really teach myself. I have taught myself a lot of things along the way, but the basics and how to just get it done, I learned along the way from a lot of wonderful people who guided me, helped me, were very strict with me, and one of them being my own mother. She is a very creative woman. She didn't have all the chances in life to live out her creativity, but she's an amazing woman. I am so thankful for all the things that I have learned from her. I cook very good because of her, and I can say that because I do know that I cook very good. I am not having a big head, but yeah, because of her. So I'm going to zigzag that. So if you're young and you have some people in your life who are teaching you stuff, and sometimes they may be way too strict for your liking, you know, I mean, there is strict and there is strict. These days we have to be balanced. But yeah, take the lessons that you're learning, and be grateful for the people that are in your life, and yeah, learn. Some chances in life you don't get back, or you get them back in a much more difficult way, but I'm glad for the ones that I've had. So I'm going to now look for my handles. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this leather to make the handles. I think it's just because it's a nice velvet fabric, it's, yeah, it would be nice to just do something nice with it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just stop now and go get the handles cut and prepared, and then I'll be back to continue. Now a few things have happened. I've decided I am going to put a zip on my bag after all. I think it will just sad to make such a nice bag and not, you know, make it look nice and complete. So I've gone ahead and prepared my zip. I have put sewn the tabs on the both ends. This is going to be a zip that doesn't hang on the side. It will just sit inside the bag nicely. So yeah, it's a big one, and I decided to put a red zipper head on the top. And yeah, so that's what I will do. And now I am going to use this same leather as the bottom for the handles. I have put a tape in the middle here to help me to fold it into the middle and sew it. And yeah, so I think that's a good decision to just finish the bag nicely. I know I like bags with a zip, so it's just nice if I finish it properly. So I'm going to fold this in the middle. The sticky tape is just going to help me to hold it nicely in the middle. This is a double-sided tape. I use these for my cards, but I find it's also quite useful for when I am sewing. And I'm just going to zigzag in the middle as I sew, and then put 2 zigzags on the side. And yeah, that should be just about a nice handle for my bag. There we go. I'm trying to put them so close together that there is no space, because I'm not going to cover it with a bias tape or something like I have done with other stuff. But the church bell again, it's ringing for 4 o'clock. But the church bell rings for different reasons. This is a Catholic church here, so it's either a funeral or some special occasion. So if the church bell bothers you, I am really sorry, but it doesn't bother me really. Church was here before I was, and I don't really mind the church bell. So this is what I have done. I have zigzagged it right in the middle. This is what the front will look like. I am going to do 2 zigzag stitches on either side of this as well. I think that's just going to make it look very nice. With other bags I have used different kind of thread to put the zigzag in the middle, but I am not going to do that here. I have, by the way, changed my thread. Now I'm sewing with a black thread just to put the handles together. Here we go. It's a nice long handle. I may cut it and make it a bit shorter, but because it's a big bag, I think a long handle is also nice. But it's quite nice and wide as well. So yeah. So one is done. I'm just going to do the other one. I would like to finish this bag today, and then it's done. And tomorrow I will decide what else to do. But then maybe I'm not going to sew tomorrow. Actually, I should start really just getting myself organized and putting my stuff together for this market on Saturday. Yeah. I have all my new bags that I made for it sitting here, but I have some stuff sitting downstairs in my cellar which I need to bring upstairs, and then I can document everything what I have before I take it away. This is where I should have changed my foot, because I'm sewing on leather, and also then I realized it's a bit difficult, but that's because so I'm needing to help it a little bit. Okay, that was a little bit tiresome, so I'm just going to change the foot for the rest of the zigzag on the both either sides of this bag. All right. That was a lot easier. I'll do the other side. Done. Good. So now this is my handle all done. So I'm going to add them to the bag, and then I'll start constructing this bag. Now what has happened because I decided to put a zip on this bag, I am going to have to open the sides again so that I can put the zip together, because otherwise it's going to be, well, maybe I don't need to, I don't know. I'll see what I'll do. I made myself a little bit, give myself extra work here. Sometimes it is actually good to plan. So yeah, but it will work out. So I'm going to find the center of the bag, so I decide where to put, where to put the handles. I just need to find my chalk. There we go. There. Now that is the center here too. There we go. Now if I have measured the one side, I can use it to help me with the other, so I don't have to do the other side as well. I am going to sew the handles on. Move it a little bit so that I have a little bit of space. Yeah. I'm just attaching them with a big zigzag before I come to put the whole thing together. I've gone and put it on the wrong side, you know. Yeah. I'll do it again now. Make sure you're folding it flat so that you have it's not twisted. Yeah. Done. Now I will go and do the other one. I'll just put a clip to hold this one once I zigzag it into place. I'm sure there are easier ways of doing this, but never mind me. Good. We go and do the other side. I'm just wondering if I made them too wide, but I think that's okay because the bag is so big anyway. I should be able to finish this bag today. Actually, it doesn't take too long. The reason I am thinking I may not finish is because I'm actually going out soon. I'm going to a concert My son has gone to a musical camp, and today is his first concert. So but I should be able to finish this bag before I go. So, done. Now I'm going to attach my zip at least on one side, and then we shall see how it goes with I'm really hoping I don't have to open the lining and start messing with zips there. We shall see. But I think it should be fine. Should have decided soon enough whether I was going to put a zip on or not. It would have made my life a little bit easier. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to now stitch this zip down. Needs to change to my zipper foot. You need at least 3 machine foots here when you are sewing a bag. I think I'm probably also going to change my thread now again, because I don't need it to be all black here. And yeah, I am back. For a minute I almost panicked here. Also, then I could not see the eye of my needle. I thought I was going crazy, but something had gotten into the little eye, and I couldn't thread it. For a minute I just panicked, so I had to take the whole needle out and then take another needle to poke it out. And so now we can sew again. Phew. Anyway, I was going to put my zip in when all that panic thing happened. Okay, here we go. All pinned. I know what it is. It's the sticky gluey thing that the tape, double-sided tape that I put on the thing. That is what, yeah. Anyway, we learn as we go, huh? Now I'm just going to that has not happened to me before. I have used that double-sided glue tape, but things happen sometimes that we have no explanation for. So that has happened today. I think I am going to have to undo the lining, because I want to top stitch this thing. Anyway, I have no clue how this is going to, how I am going to put it together, but it will be fine. There we go. So I've put the zip on one side. It just looks really good. I think I will do the other side now. Pin it first. To open the zip so that I don't have to sew around it. Yeah. So trim my threads. I'm just going to sew this now together, and then I will put it on the inside and sew it. I think I should be fine. Should be alright. Change. No. Do one straight stitch here, and then I will come back. I have quite a bulk here, that's why I am struggling a little bit here, but I hope my needle does not break. Just reversing. Yeah, that's very good. Try to make sure that I have my it's all nice and level here where my leather meets the fabric, because it will look very ugly if it doesn't match. So there I also like to go back because it's quite bulky. Oh, so good. And then I do the other side too. Hold it together. have to cut that out, I hope. It'll be fine. Okay, so now I have done that. I need to open all of that. Oh, I need to box my bag here. This bag is a whole adventure. I'm just going to go over that again. I'm not quite so happy. So, all done. Now I'm going to turn this and see what it looks like before I figure out how to put the lining. I'm laughing at myself. What's done? The Germans will say, or the Swiss people will say. Yeah, that is going to be a really nice bag. I am going to now put the lining. I have to turn it back the other way. Tuck them. Thanks in. Should I take all the pins out? Right. Not that pin went flying somewhere. Yeah. This is going to be pretty side to pretty side. Okay, this is not going to work. I will have to undo this side of the bag and then put the lining in and put the zip. So I am going to take all of this out, take the zipper out again, and then I had to almost undo all of this bag to put the zip on. What I really should have done is decide soon enough whether I wanted to zip or not. So having gone on and sewn the lining together already just meant that I created a whole lot of problems for myself. So now I have almost had to undo all of it so that I can really put the zip in, because I really have decided I want to have a zip with this bag. So then here we go. I guess deciding soon enough what you want to do, it's a good thing. Anyway, so I am going to now pin the zip. I've undone, it's all undone now, and I am going to pin the zip, and then I'm going to sew it all together again. Pinning this, sewing this zip on, it's kind of like when you're sewing a purse and you need to put the zip between the outer fabric and the lining. on either side, and then you sew it all down together. So yeah, lesson learned. See, when I made a bag yesterday, the bag I was making 2 days ago, it's done almost identical style, but then I decided right from the get-go that I wanted to put a zip in it. So I didn't have this kind of problem. So I should have, yeah, made up my mind soon enough about this zip with my bag. But now we know. And the reason I had to undo it is because of the way I want to put the zip in. There are two different ways of putting a zip in a bag. I am trying to sandwich this zip between the outer lining of outer fabric and the lining of the bag. It is a zip that is really sitting inside the bag. Now, if I was going to make a zip like that, let me just show you. A zip like this, I wouldn't have to undo the back at all, because this zip is actually attached afterwards. It is it has a band here which makes it much easier for me to apply the zip afterwards. But that is not what I'm doing with this bag. What I'm doing with this bag is that the zip is going to be really inside the fabric, inside the outer layer and the lining of the bag, so that it's going to come together like that. So that is really the reason why I had to undo the whole bag to do it again. So depending on how you're putting your zip in, then you have to decide soon enough what you want. If I was deciding on another style, I wouldn't have been too bothered to undo it. But yeah. There are actually 3 different ways of putting zips in purses and bags. And I have used them all. And yeah. Or at least I know of, personally know of 3 different ways of doing it. And I have used all of them in different bags, with different bags. And so yeah, but this is really, now this is how I want to put this one in. See, when I did it on the bag on Monday, I really kind of felt I was saving myself time, and I did. But that was having already thought ahead. It would have been easier. But now here we go. I may now not be able to finish this bag because it's almost 6 o'clock here, and I have to perhaps stop as soon as my husband comes home, because we're going to watch my son sing today. So I just have to close the zip so that I don't have to sew around it. How we like to make our lives difficult for ourselves, eh? There we go. Alhamdulillah. Today's not a good day for me. I've just put this zip the wrong way in. Okay, I'm going to stop here and finish this bag tomorrow. I think because I know that I am going out, I am really stressing myself out, and I'm doing a whole lot of nonsense. So I am going to stop now. I'll finish this bag tomorrow, because tomorrow I will be home the whole day. So all right then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So here I am a couple of days later from making that bag. I got a little bit frustrated for different reasons. First, because I actually was going to go out, so I was quite time-wise, I was a bit stressed. I didn't plan right from the beginning how I was going to put a zip in my bag, so I went with what was in my head, and that didn't quite pan out. So what happened was that I did have to take a, undo the bag again, quite a lot of it, and I had to go and do the zip the way I wanted it to be in the bag. And so that is all done now. I have had to undo everything that I sewed before I put the zip in, and I have now put a zip into the bag like so. So the zip is done. That's the top of the bag. So now all I need to do is turn it inside out and sew the ends and box the bag, and then it's actually done. So that is what is going to happen, and then I will come back and show you the end of this bag. So the process has been long. I have learned a few lessons that depending on what you're doing, sometimes planning is good, or making up your mind soon enough. It's very good, which I didn't actually do with this bag. I just went along with it, and yeah, in the end I did have to undo and do again, and that was a little bit frustrating. But anyway, it was a learning process, and I have learned from that, and I will continue to learn. And so that is why I'm just going to put everything, the whole process, I'm going to leave it into the video, because like I said, this is for me. What I do is not necessarily how to, it's just life. Sometimes you make things, it runs easy and you do it and you have no problem. Sometimes you have to think about what you're doing, even if you're an expert sewer, an expert bag maker. You have your days when it just, crazy things happen. So when I'm editing this video, a lot of my mistakes I'm going to leave in. And if anybody watching it and has a comment, like I keep saying, comments are supposed to be made so we can learn and grow together. I don't want any nasty comments. I don't want any rude comments. Yeah, if I was looking for whatever niceness, I will make everything perfect. I just want real. And so that is what it's going, that is how it's going to be. So I'm going to now finish this bag. I'm going to sew both sides, and then I'm going to box the corners, and then I'll show you what this bag is really looking like. This will be a very long video once it's put together, but yeah, and it has not all been recorded on the same day, but that's all quite all right with me. And so yeah, I'll show you the rest of the bag. I will show you the bag when it's completely now done. And I hope that you take courage from my mistakes and learn from them. Think clear about what you're going to do sometimes when you're going. Now, if I was going to make a purse, it's simple, straightforward. I wouldn't have had to think about which way I want to put the zip in. But yeah, this particular bag, I have needed to already think ahead of time exactly how I wanted to put the zip in. And once I came to that place, I needed to follow through the process of how to put it in instead of just, ha ha ha. Lesson learned. Look at that. This bag is finally done. And I am very, very pleased. It turned out beautiful. I love it. I like the shape that it goes in like that. I like the fabric. I like the bottom and the zip. This zip gave me a headache. I love it. Actually, now that I have done it, I think I might actually make more bags. I might use this method on the bag again. And yeah, it really depends on the bag. But this actually turned out really, really well. I am really pleased. All I need to do is put the zip in first before I go through the whole process of attaching the bag and the lining together. And so, and the inside is looking like that. Lovely. Look at that. It's got a zipper purse, a really nice big one with a funky pink zip. And then it has two open pockets for your phone, your key, whatnot. And the handles look like that. I am really happy. And yeah, I think now I'll probably use this bag for the summer for me. Turned out so well, and I sadly have not enough of this fabric left to make another bag. I have a tiny bit left that I could use to make a purse, you know, a small makeup purse or a coin purse or whatever. And yeah, I may go ahead and do that actually even now because my machine is standing here. So yeah, that is the bag, and I am so pleased that I can finally share it with everyone. So yeah, that was quite, I don't think I've ever needed this long to actually make a bag, but yeah, it's been quite worth the time, the frustration and everything. It's a beautiful bag. I have a market coming up in May. My last market went really well. I had a lovely time there. Met people, had lots of good conversations and made good sales. And so now I have my next market is on the 13th or the 14th of May. And yeah, I have to now think about what else I could make to add to that, yeah, to add to what I already have. Yeah, so, but this bag, I don't think it's coming with me to the market. I love it, and so I'm going to keep it. Yeah, I may, if I find some fabric, some velvet fabric again, I could make it in a different color. Anyway, thank you very much. If you like this video, click on the like. If you want to follow me for more fun videos of sharing what I'm making and talking about life, yeah, follow me. If you want to add a comment to this video, you're very welcome. Just remember there are rules, and that kindness is not that hard. And so yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.